Hey everybody, welcome to episode 14 of the USS New Jersey build. My name is Gary of the OK Modeler channel, and welcome to this new look camera mount here that I have right here. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think about it. The reason I'm doing this is because it's allowing me to work on the model without having a camera mount right in front of my face. Plus I was stretching over the table and it was a little bothersome. Well, anyways, in this episode, I'll be working on the the weapons on the New Jersey here. So I got the Phalanx guns here. Then I also have the Harpoon missiles right here, the Tomahawk missiles, as well as possibly I'll be working on the 5-inch gun mounts right here. I started to work on these. I drilled the holes over here in the bottom right here. As you can see, they're not centered, which is going to be problematic because when you put them on the boat, it's not going to be centered. So that's something I'm going to need to fix, and we'll figure that as the episode goes on. All right. So there's a lot of things to work on here. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and put these resin pieces into rubbing alcohol and get those a little soaked up and cleaned up a little bit. And then possibly we'll start working on getting the photo etch parts on here too. All right. I think the first step I'm going to do is work on these Tomahawk missiles, and then we'll proceed to work on the other stuff. All right, so while I was working on the Tomahawk Launchers here, the Pontos instructions say that you need to get a 0.3, or there's a 0.3 hole on the brackets that run on the top over here. And then you get a 0.2 brass rod and you slide it into these brackets here. And I tried looking at it and I ran into a couple of problems. One, I don't have a 0.2 brass rod to slide in here. That's going to be a problem. I tried getting a 0.3 plastic rod on here on the top, just glue it on top, and it just doesn't give that effect that you're looking for on here. Also, another issue that I ran into is some of the brackets on here have already broken off. So that makes it a little more challenging to try to get a 0.2 brass rod into these brackets in here. So what I ended up doing was getting the stock piece from the kit, and Pontos has enhancements for the stock pieces right here. So you get a little launch door here, the railings, and a few doors on the top. And that's about it. I'm probably gonna go with this route right here. It's good enough right now, but I think it's gonna save me a lot of time rather than trying to fish 0.2 rods into these brackets that may or may not work at all. All right, so I got one down and 7 more to go. All right, well, it took me almost a week, maybe a few days, to get the Tomahawk launchers all finished here. Again, I used the stock piece that the Tamiya set came with and just used the Pontos set to enhance it a little bit. It's not a whole lot. You just sand out the molded doors and put the new ones on here, add the railing, and get rid of the molded print on the face of the launcher, and just put this new face on here. Not quite sure exactly what to do with these little, I don't know, whiskers on the side. Maybe I'll fold it, maybe I'll just leave it as is. So anyways, that is finally done here. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that aside. So they start painting that, and now the next step I'm going to do is work on these Harpoon launchers. All right, let's take a look and see what we can do here. Here's what 1/2 of the Harpoon missiles look like right here. So it's kind of hard to see where it ends, but it looks like it's going to be right over here. And let me see if I can get my snippers here. So it's just not a very good mold. If you can take a look, it seems like it just blends in with the support. I have to kind of take a guess as to where I should cut. Hopefully that's fine. And same thing with this. Again, it's hard to see, but I think I might have an idea. Maybe right here. All right. All right, let's see how this works. All right, I think I got it. So I'm gonna take the 1/2 of the piece, add a little bit of super glue here. Of course, it's also hope for the best here. Grab my top piece here, if I can get a handle on it. There's a little slot right here. There you go. Maybe just add a little more to kind of reinforce it on there. All right. Now we let it dry. All right, folks, I got this put together, just one, and it took a little bit of time to put together, but you know, it's done. And after taking a look at it, I'm not quite sure if I'm satisfied with this result. I mean, the detail's fine and everything, but I don't know, and maybe it's because this box came from, I think, 2012 or something, so it's been sitting in the warehouse for quite some time, or the 3D technology back in 2012 isn't as good as it is today. But if you can take a look closely here, the support for the Harpoon is a little crooked. It looks like it's leaning more this way. It's kind of like a leaning tower of Harpoon missile here. And so I grabbed the kit part here, which, I mean, it's not bad at all, to be honest with you. But this looks straight. So I'll put this on the ship here, and you guys can take a look and see this, if it's leaning here. I mean, my wife says it is, and she's got better eyes than I do. So I'll be right back. All right, so I have it dry fitted on the ship here. And you can take a look how it's leaning a little bit this way. And I'm just not a fan of that, and it just doesn't look good. It makes the kit part look a lot better here. Also, I ran into some things that I've mentioned before on this episode here. You can take a look at the 3D print here. Look, it's the Harpoon barrel here is all bent. So it's like a sad and a happy harpoon here. And also, if you take a closer look here, the print goes all the way to the edge of the missile here. And that can result, if you're not careful enough, you can end up shorting your barrel like what I did here. There's another one right here. So this should be out just a little more. So in conclusion, I don't think I'll be using these 3D parts. I might go with the kit part, but I also might look around and see if I might obtain the brass parts for the Harpoon and see if that will work out. So I'll just have to circle back to the Harpoon missile later. In the meantime, I will start working on getting these Phalanx the gun system worked out here. So what I'm going to do now is get those cleaned up and put them together. Alright, so to put the Phalanx gun together, there's 4 parts. You have your base here, looks like this, and then you have this flat piece that goes on top of that. A little support, get that, ooh, there it goes. A little base for the Phalanx to sit in here, and the gun itself right here, which will just slide into like so here. Should be relatively easy to put together, I hope. All right, here we go, all combined together. 4 pieces, 1 Phalanx gun. You can see it right there. I had it slightly angled here to kind of match this, the support right here. And I'm cool with that. Sometimes I wish I would like it to have it straight like this, but maybe this will give it a little more flair or a little nice like preparedness, like I'm ready to shoot down an airplane. So now I got 1 done. I'm going to go ahead and get the other 3 here done, and I'm good with this. Actually, this is the first resin piece I had so far. This is success on the weapons side here. Yay, we're making progress here. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and put the other 3 together. All right, so I got all 4 of the Phalanx gun systems put together and looking good. It's pretty easy to put on together, just 4 pieces like I mentioned earlier. That's great. I did realize when I was dry fitting these, the Pontos instructions did not mention to remove these platforms as well as this faux locker right here, which is disappointing because I painted this already, some of it, and I have to do that on the superstructure as well. Kind of sucks because I might have to repaint. Thanks, Pontos, and thanks to me for my lack of forward thinking. All right, given the issues I had with the Harpoon launcher here, I decided to go online and pick up one of these here. It's the Infini, I don't know how to say it, Infini, I guess you want to say it. Turn metal pieces, turn brass parts, photo etch sheets, and instruction manual. And it is a lot of pieces in there, I'll tell you that. We're dealing with each Harpoon launcher set is, I believe, 49 pieces. So that's what, my math is right, 196 pieces there? Sure, okay. Anyways, yeah, here's the photo sheet here. It's fairly small, but that's all you need. This is just for 2 Harpoon sets here, or 2 Harpoon launchers here. Really small pieces, but that's what it comes with. Got some of these the Harpoon launchers itself right there. Just kind of put those together. And here's the instruction sheets for it. Ignore the Tomahawk here, but here it is. It starts out here and you finish here. It's a little confusing. You got to take some time to take a look at it. You got these braces here, the support brackets for the stand here. You have your launcher pad here. Then you got your missiles here. Lots of pieces here. And again, 49 pieces. You put them together, and then Jerry Rice and John Taylor run a route here, and Joe Montana will throw a pass here, and you get a touchdown, and it results into this. So, yeah, it took me a while, but I'll show you the results right now and compare it to the resin part as well as the kit part here. Okay, here are the 3 Harpoon missiles. You have the resin piece, the kit piece, and the photo etch brass turned piece right there. I guess you could say this is okay, good, and better if you're able to go ahead and put everything together the right way. If you can take a look here, this is the reason why it led me to where I am right now, is this leg right here. I mentioned before, it just kind of has that oh shucks look to it. It's like, oh, did I do something wrong? Look, and it just wasn't working with me here. The kit piece is pretty good. If you're going to use it. You don't have to use this, but I decided to go with this and see how it looked, and it turned out pretty good. Like I said earlier, it took forever to kind of put it together since there are a lot of pieces there. Anyways, now I'm going to go ahead and put the other 2 here because I got 2 done. So I got to get the other 2 and we'll be on our way. All right, well, I got the harpoons finally finished here. Each one of them 49 pieces each, except maybe one of them, like I think this one only has 48 because the ladder went bye-bye. I don't know. Well, anywho, I would have to say the first one was kind of hard because I was learning how to do it. The second one was okay. Then the third and fourth one, they went together pretty fairly easy since it was simple. It got a lot easier as I did more of these. So anyways, now that I got the Phalanx guns ready to go, as well as the harpoons, I'm going to go ahead and get those painted. Well, I'm going to get those primed first and then painted. In the meantime, let's go ahead and start working on those 5-inch gun mounts. All right, it's time to work on the 5-inch gun mounts. On the Ponto set, you get 6 of these. 5-inch looks really nice, resin piece here. Barrels as well, and then you just glue the barrels into the resin point right here. Some models, if you don't have the Ponto set, you can purchase the barrels themselves. But you would use the existing kit piece and you just cut the plastic barrel off and then drill into the piece that the original barrel went through. And you got ladders, depending on if you're doing one on the port side or the starboard side. The ladders will either go here or over here. I have done this barrel or the 5-inch guns in the past when I was working on my yet to be completed Iowa build, and here it is right here. I focused a lot on getting the angle consistent with all the other gun mounts that I was working on, but neglected the fact that my barrels were all crooked. And you know, outside the 16-inch guns, these are probably what other people will see, and if they're kind of out of whack, it's not a good look. So I'm not sure how I'll fix this, but that's for me to decide. I did start on one here as a test, and it looks pretty good. The angle is a little high, but it's tolerable. But most important, the barrels are a little more parallel to each other. And I figured out, it took me a while to kind of figure out how I wanted to get it to be more consistent. And I was looking at Ron's channel, the model builder from Winnipeg, and Ben over at the Midwest Model Shop, and they used jigs and stuff to, you know, make things and get things to help them build their models. And I'm not a woodworking kind of guy, but I decided to just use something like this. This is the OK Modeler's jig here to get consistent results of angles for my barrels. So essentially, I just put my gun mount here up against the blade, and then I would insert a barrel here. Make sure that it's straight. I don't have to worry about the angle because it's going to be consistent. I'll close The important part is making sure that this is straight here. And then put the other one on here. Obviously I would add glue to it. Adjust my barrels a little bit. Eyeball view. Look at it, say it's good, and then that's it. Put glue on there, let it dry, and then boom, I get this result. All right, and get working on that part. What do you think of my jig? Let me know down in the comments. Finally, we have arrived. Completion of the weapons, secondary weapons, whichever you want to call them. So here's the Tomahawks using the kit piece here with the added photo etch parts. My hand brushing here, yeah, didn't work out too well, but that's okay. And then here's the 5-inch gun mounts, or the 5-inch guns I should say. The resin details look pretty good here. I like it so far. I'm not going to like it when I install them later because I did not center the drill properly on all of them, but that's for another story, for another episode. And then here's the Phalanx weapons here. You can see the Gatling gun right there. And 3 colors, white, modern haze gray, and black. So the detail on this is a lot better than the one provided on the kit, obviously. And then the one that caused so much trouble, but maybe it was worth it, the Harpoon Missiles right here. So I painted these red. I think originally they're kind of like a, I don't know, like a army light green tannish color on here, but I like the red on here, so I'm sticking with it here. 49 pieces for each Harpoon missile. So that's a lot of pieces to put together. And I'll put the product information at the bottom on the comments section here. So if anyone who's working on this is interested, you can go ahead and click on that link below. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and do a dry fit here and see how it looks so far. All right, here's what it looks like all dry fitted together. I know the 5-inch guns are a little crooked, but I'll fix that eventually as we come closer to an end of this project here. So you see we got the 2 Phalanx guns right there, as well as the Harpoon missiles right there. And let me see if I can try to get in there a little closer. Yeah, that Harpoon missile is a lot of detail goes into it, a lot of work. But you know, maybe in hindsight I would have just gone with the kit part. It's good enough, but I want to kind of add a little more of that detail to the ship here. But obviously you guys don't have to do that. All right, let's see here. We're getting closer to the finish of this build here, but still a lot of work to do. Still got the antennas to work on. I need to fix the deck up here since I had to remove some parts for the original kit piece that where the Phalanx guns go here. They had a locker that was separate on there, so I had to clip those off, and so I got to get that repainted. But still a lot of work to do. We're getting to the point of the build where there's a lot of small pieces that go into the ship here, like all the mushroom vents, as well as these I forgot what these are called, but these little 2 things that pop up here and over here. And I still got to deal with this helicopter deck here, but anyways, we're still making progress. Well, I do appreciate your patience. I know it took a long time between videos, but here it is. Now you know why it took so long. Well, it doesn't help that I went on vacation too, but that's another story. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you haven't, please subscribe to this channel and hit that like button. That would be greatly appreciated. Until then, Thanks for watching, and I will see you all on the next episode.